Okay, so I'm still getting a intermittent code mass airflow sensor, short to B+. So I just decided to take the plug off. The internal component of the plug actually disintegrated. I'm trying to find some piece of it here. So when you look inside your plug, you have this insert that slides in, and you can see it just fell apart. So what that does is that goes inside the plug here. I can get this to focus. And that reinforces those prongs, right, so they don't get bent. And what's happened, if you take a look and you see the spacing on the far left one, you see how that's tight there on that far left. And then these two here are open and in their connector. So these little connector wires, you take a look at them here, that's all you got. Running your signal and your ground and your current. One's 12 volt, one's 5 volt, and if I remember right, one's ground and one's communication to the computer. Something like that. One's 12, one's 5. Anyway, you can look it up. Or look at my prior video. So the far right one isn't used. So I'm trying to remember which one I brought up in a prior video. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to try and explain to you what's going on here. So you got people, they buy brand new mass airflow sensors, you know, like I've done. I've got quite a few. I've got 3 of them that I've fiddled around with. Just to try and figure this out. And the last thing I want to do is have to tear out this wiring harness, because you can see this is just going to be a big pain in the ass. I'd have to take that all off and come up in through the firewall here, trace that wire, and take these 5 wires out. So 4. So the last thing I want to do is rip these 4 wires out all the way up to the computer and replace them, because I don't know where the hell to get these little ends. I'm sure I can find them, but that's the last thing I want to do. So I want to rule out this here, and you can see those connectors are quite open. And the problem is people grab these things. You know, I always see mechanics doing it all the time. I see people do this shit all the time. They'll grab this plug and they'll reef on it, like they'll go up and down on it, right? They wiggle it like this to pull it out. And what are you doing to those connections? You're widening them out, right? So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to pull the connectors out one at a time. I'm going to tighten them down, if I can, a little bit, and then I'm going to put it back together, take it for a spin, see if that doesn't help it. So anyway, this is my last video. You can see I did a little painting and some injector lines, right? Those are my modified injector lines. They're coated with silicone. You can see in a prior video. And then I broke my PVC cover. They want like $100 from the dealership for that, and it ain't gonna happen. So you can see it's leaking. I silicone it, but I will be pulling that off and dealing with that tomorrow night. I'm gonna fix it. So if I can't fix it, I'll find one in the boneyard. So anyway, she's still running rough. I've cleared out just about every freaking coat under the sun on this thing. You clear out one coat, another one pops up, but that's okay. I'm getting through it. I haven't done really anything for code work on this car for, geez, since 140,000 miles, except for 1 mass airflow sensor or 2 codes on this thing. So hopefully that helps. You're going to need a special tool here, and this is the tool I bought from, I won't mention their name because they're way overpriced, but anyway, you can find these online. This is a electrical connector pin remover. So there's the number. Check it out online. MN88040. And the way this thing works is it's top to bottom, not side to side on these things. So I can't hold this phone and do this at the same time. But so anyway, I'll try. So the way this goes is this thing goes in through the top. See, like that. not sideways, top to bottom. Slide it in, and what it does is it releases these little tabs that hold that wire in. See that tab there? Right there. So that releases the tabs. Pull the wire out backwards. Don't lose your insulators. The waterproofing insulators on the back side of the plug. I do have another plug, but you know, I bought the plug kit, right, from the dealership, and it's, you know, I'm expecting to get everything in the stupid plug kit, and what do I get? I get this goddamn thing. You know? So they've changed the plug. They've changed the design. So since I'm doing this, I may as well just change it. There's got to be some adaptation to the design for an improvement on these pins and the way the seat's in there. So hell, I'm already doing it. I may as well put it in. This is $8. And it is different because it doesn't have that little peak insert and it slides in from the side. That's red or blue thing slides would slide into the center, and that would lock those pins in. The other one's a little different. So anyway, I'm going to put that on, and hopefully that helps. But when you're pulling wires, don't go by memory. Always write that stuff down, and I will do an update. If this works, then I'll let you guys know. It wouldn't be surprising to me that everyone that's replacing these mass airflow sensors and having continuous problems with this are just getting a slightly better connection of the current through the contacts, and then as the contacts get a little wore, and because those connectors are loose, they're losing that contact, having intermittent problems then again down the road because they haven't solved the problem, which is tightening up the contacts. If I do this and this doesn't do it, then I got to trace out the wires, do a continuity test on the wires, and find out if there's a break in the wires, which would be end results. I'll have to replace the wires, and if I replace these 4 wires, I'm going to replace them with some high quality, high temp wires that are designed for a high vibration environment, not this stuff that's on here. So hopefully this helps some people out. You can get a replacement plug. Like I say, you can get that at the dealership. They're like, you know, $8. You know, $2 piece of plastic, $80. No, $90, $89. I about had a heart attack. So don't bust your PVC ventilator. And over and out. Hopefully this helps some people out. I'll do an update here and let you know. All right, take care.